to 5. So many of us do it, but we know inside we're gonna make it through it. There's a
strong woman. And it's the time period is 1979, and she is a widow. She has a teenage son, and she is trying to make it in the world. She is trying to make it. She is trying to make it in this office. She's got to bring home the bacon and make her way with a lot of obstacles, a lot of people that she's training, men that are getting promoted above her. But she's got a sense of humor, and she's she will make it. She will make it because she has to. She has a dream of like what she would do, if she were queen of the world, how she would take care of the boss. And so her idea is, a kind of like a Disney-esque movie where she becomes, a darling princess, Snow White type character, and wreaks havoc on him in a very sweet way. And then Act 2, there is a moment where she thinks about what it would be like to be the top dog, to be the boss, to be the CEO, a female CEO. And there's a great number that I have that I'm just in love with, that the choreographers, Lindy and Jeremy, have done an amazing job. And it's a great, like, MGM, Jack Cole, powerful woman star turn. This number where she is one of the boys.
Thinking I'd shine like some Hollywood queen. I've arrived on the scene, a sensation, the toast of the town. I love every minute I'm wallowing in it, so up I may never come down.
My character is Dora Lee, and she is a secretary who is kind of making her way in the world. She's from Texas. She's newly married, and what do I like about her? I think that I like everything about her. She's just completely genuine and expresses herself and sees the good in everybody until the last drop, but I think that she's got a really strong sense of justice. But I think that what's challenging is obviously everyone thinks that she's got this, sort of like a cartoon or a caricature. And I think that what's great about it is sort of taking the caricature and making it into a character, And so I really feel like Dolly has inspired this role of Dora Lee, but Dora Lee has her own life, and she has her own world, and I'm trying to sort of see that through the lens of Dolly Parton. Yeah, she has a song called Backwoods Barbie, which was on Dolly Parton's one of her albums, actually. And so she gave Dora Lee, the character Dora Lee, that song to sort of talk about that the perception of her is not really what she is. She's really genuine. She's not fake at all, though some of her may be fake. Her heart is completely real.
Barbie, too much makeup, too much hair. Don't be fooled by thinking that the goods are not all there. Don't let these false eyelashes lead you to believe that I'm as shallow as I look, 'cause I run true and
I
deep.
play Franklin Hart Jr., who is the president of Consolidated. And he is, as Violet has said, he's leapfrogged to the top quicker than anyone she's ever seen. And a little bit different than the characters I've played here before. I've mostly been seen as British gentlemen, and Franklin's a good old boy, and I would say, in a word, smarmy. For me, the challenge is to let go of any of the gender issues that you might know about in modern day and sort of put myself back into that mindset of this man who treats women as objects and doesn't seem to think that there's any problem with that at all. And as a matter of fact, that's probably why he got into this work, so that he could chase them around the desk and have them roll his cigars and pour him scotch. So that's the fun and the challenge of playing the role, I guess, is knowing that I'm going to be the whipping boy for all-female rage. Well, certainly you get the incredible music of Dolly Parton and her charm and wit and wisdom. And a lot of the fun of the 9 to 5 movie, I think, is really beautifully captured in this musical. There are a few alterations, and they, certainly give it a little more height because it's a musical. But anybody who loved that movie, I think, will have a great time.
Here for you, I'm here for you. I want you so, I truly do. My body is your instrument. Ow, wow, 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 please play.
Judy Burnley is her name, and she has just gone through a very drastic life change in that her husband has left her, and she's left with nothing, and decides to go get a job because she absolutely needs to, and has never been in that world before. She's always been a housewife and probably wanted to have a family, and now she's in a totally new environment, and she has to find her way in this new world where she doesn't have any skills at all in the office. So it's a long journey for Miss Burnley. What I love about this character also is that she starts off very weak and timid and afraid, and goes through this journey where she grows and gets stronger and stronger, and just has this great moment in the second act where she sort of finally takes, life by the reins and says, this is what I'm doing now. And in real life, I think I tend to be a sort of a strong person. I make strong choices and I don't look back, and I like to play those types of characters who are just sort of stubborn, and they know what they're doing and they know what they want and they go after it. And then maybe they get surprised at the end that it's not what they wanted, So this is sort of the opposite for me, to start off, weaker and timid and afraid, and just finding the physicality of that and what that sounds like in my voice. And in the 5 days that we have to rehearse it, I'm hoping that I'll discover some fun things and show the audience that different side. Well, this is fun because it's sort of it's like a hybrid of country, and pop music. And Dolly Parton's music is wonderful, and the arrangements in this show are fantastic. So I grew up listening to all kinds of music, but I sang for many, many years with my sisters, and we've done some country music, and I've done some pop Broadway stuff like Aida and things like that. So it's sort of it's always fun to come and be able to do a contemporary sounding show, especially with some country flavor to it.
Just might make it after all. I just might rise above the hurt, though I suffered quite a fall.